Good morning, you guys. Nathan left super early this morning while I was still sleeping and got me a little coffee and some breakfast, so that was super nice. It's Saturday here and we're just having a chill day at home as a family. He's about to take the boys on a little walk and I'm gonna get up and moving and ready for the day. I can hear them out there right now. They're eating breakfast. But anyways, I'm gonna make my bed and then get in some workout clothes because I'm gonna do a little workout. But yeah, just start my day. People always ask me what the hardest part about military lifestyle is, and it's getting used to days like today where Nathan is with the boys and I'm just having a calm morning, relaxing. And that's gonna end again. Like, it goes in the waves of him coming home, we get used to life like this, and then he leaves again. And that's the part of the military that, like, it just will never get easier. It's the readjustment phase. Every time he comes home, we get used to life like this, he leaves, and I get in the routine of doing it all myself again, and it's just exhausting. It really is so tiring, but it does also make it to where I don't ever take days like today for granted because having him home is just so nice. Weekends are for catching up on laundry that I got behind on during the week. Life of having toddlers. I just found an old strawberry under my laundry basket. That coffee is not doing it for me, so I'm gonna make a little bit of pre-workout before I work out. I always get asked questions about my postpartum journey with the boys and like getting back into shape, what I did for exercise and physical fitness. And I'll be the first one to say that, like, after I had the boys for the first probably 9 months, my only goal was to go on walks and eat wholesome foods. Like, I was not hitting the gym or doing crazy exercises. I was literally just focused on healing. The biggest advice that I would give to people is do what's realistic for you after you have a baby. And for me, that was for the longest time just taking walks and eating wholesome foods and focusing on my water intake. My second biggest advice would be to do at-home workouts that you're able to do while your baby's napping, or that can be convenient for you to do, and sometimes even affordable. Because when I first started working out after I had the babies, like 9 months in, I was doing a lot of like at-home yoga programs and different at-home workouts. It was super comfortable for me because I was learning my body all over again. Everything was different and I didn't have to be uncomfortable in the gym. I just liked being at home. So it was like taking baby steps. It's so good. So much pressure on new moms to jump back into it and get back into shape right away. But I honestly think the golden pudding is in taking it super slow and start by going on walks, start by just stretching, start in small little strides to exercising your body and not doing it all at once or feeling that pressure that you need to be doing, 4 workouts a week. Maybe you just go on a walk. Getting back into shape after having my twins, I felt so weak, I felt so tired. It was a big struggle for me recovering, especially because I had HG when I was pregnant. And so after I had the twins, I really did feel malnourished and super unfit. So it was a long journey for me, and one that I took in strides and really slow. I didn't do it all at once. That is my biggest advice based on my experience, is to just take it a little bit at a time. Once I graduated from walking with my babies and I felt more comfortable and I was building up that stamina a little bit, I started doing the at-home workouts, and then eventually I got a Yesoul bike, which I loved using. I had it before Leah moved in with me, which was also crucial because Nathan was gone. I was able to go and cycle while they were napping, and it was so good for me. A year and a half ago, when I was originally shopping around for an at-home cycling bike, There were a ton of options. There are a ton of at-home options, but there are a couple reasons specifically why I went with the Yesoul bike versus popular options like the Peloton, because there are a few key elements on this bike that are just not offered on other bikes. I'm about to go get my workout in and I'm gonna show you guys the key features that made me opt for Yesoul versus the other options. In full disclosure, this is not the bike I originally had. The one I had was upstairs in the boys' playroom. Whenever I renovated that whole space for them, I didn't want them climbing on it and playing on it because I knew they would. So we boxed it up and stored it in the garage. And now that I'm working with Yesoul, I got the updated version and Nathan set it up in my office space, which is perfect because I have not cycled since I did the renovation project just because I didn't have a space for it. When Nathan came home, he organized all of this for me and set it up. And it's a newer version, so there's a lot of super great features on this that are different from the bike I used to have. First things first, the number one reason why I opted for Yesoul versus all the other options out there is because there's screen sharing, which means if I find a cycle class on YouTube that I really like, I can plug it into my phone, play it on my phone, and it'll cast onto my screen, which makes it great because I can follow any class or course I want. Even if I found like a Peloton option on YouTube, I could do it on my Yesoul bike. So this is great because you don't technically have to pay for any subscription or use the Yesoul app. So really after you get your bike, you've paid for the cost of it essentially because you don't have to use the app. So you can cast anything you want and you don't have to pay the subscription fee. So that was the number one thing to me that I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so much bang for your buck and it doesn't tie you into any long-term commitments. The second biggest thing, like I told you guys, there were two big things that ultimately made me choose this, is that you don't need snap-in shoes. So the Yesoul bike actually works with any shoe you want to use. It tightens your foot to the pedal versus having to buckle and clip it in with a specific shoe. I especially love this option because Nathan can cycle too without having to have a specific shoe, or really anyone in your household that wants to also use the bike. You don't have to have a special shoe per person. You can just ride with what you have. So that's another cost thing that like you really just buy the bike and everyone gets to use it, enjoy it, and do whatever classes they want, and they're not tied to a subscription or a shoe. So I'll show you guys how these little pedals work. Basically, your foot just slides into it and you cinch it down to where you need it. There were so many things about cycling in the comfort of my own home after I had the babies that just spoke volumes to me. I didn't want to be going to the gym every day when I was trying to relearn how my body moves, learn this new body after having babies, and basically get fit again from the ground up. I wanted to do that at home in a private space, and especially on something that I can customize to make comfortable in that postpartum journey. So now I have my bike set to where I need it adjusted, but if anything changes or if Nathan wants to ride it, you can also move the seat so everyone is super comfortable. The main things I love about the screen rotation is that I can also do yoga classes, which is an in-app feature, which you don't have to use. I like having the app, but you could stream anything off of YouTube if you wanted. And you get to control the sound because there's a built-in speaker right here. But I can play my yoga class on here. I can pull up all the yoga classes. I can play it on here, work out while I'm watching the screen. And if I'm remembering this correctly, screen rotation is only an option with Peloton. And I think the screen rotation option for the bike is like $2,500. So that actually brings me to a third point of why I love Yesoul so much. You just get exceptional value for your money. It's only the fifth of the price of a Peloton. And there's even a promotion right now where if you use my code, you can get an additional $100 off. So you get all of this value. After you buy the bike, you are essentially done paying unless you want to use the in-app experience. And it's a fifth of the price, plus the additional discount. It's just such a great value for your money. So yeah, I'm just super excited to be sharing it with you guys because this is just something that I have loved to do in my fitness journey, and I'm so excited to share it with you. Anyway, so I'm about to get my workout in, but if you guys have any questions, drop them below because I'm happy to answer all your questions about this bike. And yeah, it's time to work out.
Feeling good. I hope you are too. Make sure that you're settled on your bike. Take a couple moments to make sure you're all clipped in. Make sure you're secure all the way over to the left.
I just paused it because I remembered that I need to tell you guys this because this was crucial for me when I first started. This little dial, she'll tell you, like, whatever class you're doing will tell you when to like give more resistance, but this controls the resistance on the bike. And when I first started, I pretty much kept it all the way low for the whole time and like worked my way up because I was very, very weak postpartum. And like when I first started working out again, there's no way that like I could have had it on full resistance, even following the resistance of the class. So I love that this feature kind of really meets you where you're at and you're not forced to like jump in and overdo it. Now I'm just following the classes and like dialing it over whenever the instructor says to, but love this feature. I think that's a good one to know.
Something else that you're looking to get.
I'll also turn the dial up when I feel like I can do a little more resistance.
No bounce.
My legs literally feel like jello right now, so I'm gonna go get a shower and I'll be back. Okay, I am all ready for the day and I'm actually headed to the car wash because I owe Nathan a clean truck. I still haven't cleaned it out from when we went on that 24-hour road trip. So the babies are napping and he's at home measuring out all of this quarter round. Once we put our floors down, we were out of steam. And so we're just now getting to putting down the quarter round. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.